All right, trying to get a little bit of work done here, and then this breaking news with Jakobi Meyers requesting a trade from the Raiders, reported by a couple of NFL insiders. This is frustrating. The Raiders have a very young receiving room. We really need as many veterans as possible. So Jakobi Meyers last year had 0 drops, and he had 3 different quarterbacks throwing him the football, none of which are that great. And he was definitely, outside of Brock Bowers, one of the more shining spotlights, or shining stars essentially, on the offense, and definitely somebody we need to keep in this current regime, in the style of play that we need. He will make a difference. So the fact that we're even at this point where he's requesting a trade, to me, is very frustrating as a Raiders fan. So I'm hoping that the Raiders come to their senses. Maybe this is a negotiating tactic by Meyers and his representation to get some leverage, or to just let teams know that he wants to go somewhere else, and maybe, teams will, provoke the Raiders into re-signing Meyers, because realistically, it's not like there are a ton of receivers that are out there for the pickings that could just replace somebody as good as Jakobi Meyers. Sure, there's Amari Cooper, but he's older than Meyers, and he's a former Raider, fine, but Meyers is just as good, in my opinion. I think he'd be a solid player to have back on the team. So I'm not sure why we're playing chicken right now with this, but I'm going to have faith that the Raiders are going to figure this out. They did it with Colton Miller, so I got to think that Raiders leadership and Raiders now will, maybe this is just a part of the negotiation, and cooler heads will prevail. But definitely did not need this today, especially with the 53-man roster cuts being announced by tomorrow. Definitely need to make sure that Meyers is on the team and not on the trading block. We do not need this as Raider fans.